Content creation is necessary to support ideas and connect with your audience in an interactive way. Content is what you make it. It is one of those things that has to be strategic and planned. When it comes to content creation, I try to make the content understandable, informational, and appealing. I believe that the content that we as storytellers create should be easily understood by the general public, especially in this day and age where everyone is considered content creators. As a journalist, I try to make sure that the content that I create stands out amongst the rest. The first thing that I ask myself is, what is it that the audience needs to know? The question is the first foundation that I use that drives the content that I create. Next, I try to personalize my content to my audience so that they can understand why they should care about the information that I am presenting. This helps to ensure that the audience connects with the content because it is newsworthy to them, increasing the chances that they will interact with the content. With all this in mind, as a storyteller, I also understand the importance of appealing visual presentation, which is why I also make sure that the content that I create is attractive to the eye. Journalism has been around for centuries. As time goes on and technology advances, the way journalism is presented has changed. Journalism started with just newspapers, which advanced to radio, television, and now online platforms. With each advancement of technology, content for journalism became more interactive and appealing. I believe that the future of journalism and content creation is the voice of the people. In the age where social media is prevalent and everyone gets a chance to spread their voice on a large platform, I believe that journalism would not just consist of a few people in the industry who were considered to be credible because of their position as a newscaster. I believe that journalism will be something that many people will participate in. Many people will become quote-unquote credible when it comes to journalism because of the content they present. Social media, in many people's cases, is their daily news. I try to spread stories that are uplifting and shine a light on stories that highlight positive things going on in communities of color. On social media, the majority of my posts are dedicated to mental health awareness in the Black community, Black love, Black spirituality, and Black storytellers. Using my content creation skills as part of this effort, I even did a reel series on Instagram that spoke on how Black culture is innovated through storytellers and the words that are spoken. I repost stories on my Instagram story that I know my followers would like to see or that I think they should know. As a journalist, it is my duty to spread awareness of these stories that will otherwise go untold. I mainly use Instagram to spread awareness and uplift these stories because this is a platform that my following is the most interactive. I believe that social media is a great place to share these stories and get attention of others, and as a storyteller, I will continue to use my social media platform to share and uplift people of color. There is no greater agony than bearing an untold story. Maya Angelou. The creation of Black newspapers came out of the agony of the Black community not being heard and their stories not being shared with the world. Black newspapers were a foreign concept to me until I attended Howard University. I will use my content creation skills to help make a social platform for Black-owned newspapers by first creating content that informs about the history of these newspapers and their contributions to society. This content will include, but not be limited to, video production, infographics, interviews, and photos. I will also share the stories that are told by these newspapers and break them down in a way that is easily digestible on a social media platform. When learning about these newspapers, I learned that they were the voice for the voiceless, sharing stories that went untold in mainstream newspapers and raising awareness of events and other things in Black communities. As a journalist who aims to do the same, my content will also be personalized as I reflect on my passion for storytelling as an African American.